Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Mixley. I'm back here in the studio for the 5th episode of Sathripoic, which is the story of my musical journey. And as you'll know, Sathripoic is an acronym for me, my music, and my musical journey, which is meaning strong, artistic, talented, honored, respectable, intelligent, pride, original, integrity, and charismatic. All right. So, we left off with how I got my name and how I fell in love with music. So, after that, after recording that track, that song, and it was low budget as it could be, I started trying to figure out how I can make my own studio and how I can start recording on a normal basis. And the first thing I did was I went well, first I ended up going around asking people if they can help me to make beats, and people knew how to set up a studio, and I knew several people who could sing. I knew several people who had who knew how to play keyboard, and me, I can't do none of this. You know, all I know how to do is write, and then now I found out that I can rap. I can go ahead and record something, you know. So, someone ended up suggesting that I go to Valley College and take music classes, because all the people I was asking for help, people, I mean, literally people would tell me I'm not going to be able to do it because I don't have a place to record, a studio to record in, and without a record deal, I'm not going to be able to get a place to record in. People was telling me that since I can't play keyboards or any instruments, I'm not going to be able to make my own beats. So someone told me I should take a class for music. So I went up to Valley College, San Bernardino Valley College, and started and asked about classes for music, so you know I can learn how to do what I got to do. So talking to the counselor, I wish I knew that counselor's name now. They kind of put me in the right direction. The counselor suggested I take MIDI classes and beginner's music fundamentals. So I start the classes, and the music fundamentals class drove me nuts because it seemed like all they wanted to do was teach me how to play a recorder. And I did not want to play a recorder. For those of you who don't know, the recorder is kind of like a flute thing, and it was not. Yeah, that was not my get down, you know. So in the MIDI class, what they taught me was how to take a computer and hook it to your keyboard or other electronic instruments, and use that, you know, with the computer program. Back then they had Cakewalk, they had Pro Tools, and they had Cubase and a few other programs. They also taught us about something called daisy chain. So at that time, I did not have a decent computer for doing music. So I was trying to learn how to do daisy chaining, but I was learning to do it on the computer as well. You know. So that being said, I ended up taking the classes, and towards the end of the semester, because I was doing real good in the class, and even though the beats I was making I was doing through daisy chaining, in class I was practicing with computer. But at the end of the semester, I had my, I had to go to work. I was working as an electrician. We were building I think it was a Spectrum building, in Charter Communication building in Riverside, which was like the main one where they even had commercials and all. They did commercials there and everything. I was an electrician working there, building that building. And my wife at the time, she picked me up from work, and I was supposed to, I remember I had to take in my final project for that semester. I had it on a cassette tape, and I had it ready to go. There was a rough day, so when she came to pick me up from work, I asked her to do me a favor, take me to school so I can turn in my final project and finish, at least finish strong in that class, because I was not doing good in the music fundamental class. Mainly because, like I said, I did not like what he was teaching. I fall asleep in the van, and when I wake up, I notice I'm in the garage. I'm at home. So I was so upset. I run in the house. Now I'm like 30 minutes late for school. No, I'm like 20, probably about 20 minutes late for school. And she just, I was so upset. She did apologize about that recently. We talked about it a few months ago. She apologized about that, and I do accept her apology. You know, I do. But it's just part of the story. Then to go along with that, in the garage, I had built a sound booth, and which actually turns into another sad story. But I built a sound booth, and I was setting up my whole studio in the garage, and I was trying to have a real respectable studio. But at the time, like I said, I still didn't have a computer. I still was doing everything daisy chain. So, I really didn't have a good recording device at that time. I think I was still recording into a stereo, but everything else had my keyboards. I bought a drum machine, and I was kind of building up my studio equipment. And shortly after that, it was ended up getting to 2001. I think it was like the summer 2001. There was a major incident that happened. I don't want to go into the details of what happened. And me and my wife had broke up. and I moved to a new apartment. Set up my studio there, and I was, now I have no sound booths. I just have my equipment, and I'm still trying to build. Eventually, I end up transferring to, I met this guy who was working at Guitar Center in San Bernardino, and he says that he builds computers, and it was around oh my goodness, it was around the beginning of 2002, because I did my tax return, and this guy, the guy at Guitar Center, had told me he can build me a computer to have a digital studio using Cubase, which I was already familiar with because of taking classes at Valley College. And so I had him build the computer. When he picked it up, I hooked it up, and now I'm building I'm really doing like the multi-track recording, and it was a beautiful feeling because they just completely changed the game of everything that I was doing. Because now I could do doubles on my voice, and I could do. It was just a wide variety of so many things I could do.
If you don't mind, baby, if you don't mind.
And then,
if you don't mind, talk to me, baby girl, if you don't mind.
Well, a little before that, before I ended up getting that incident happened where for the sound booth, what happened to the sound booth, my ex-wife had met another gentleman, she started dating, and he was an awesome singer. And he could play keyboard. And me personally, not being a jealous type, I'm like, look, I ain't trying to be with her no more, so it is what it is. And I wanted to try to work with him to try to make music, so I could try to get something going.
If you don't mind, baby,
and he wanted me to take all my equipment back to their house. And I'm like, there's no way I'm going to take all my equipment over there, because I want to be able to work on my music when I want to at home. Now at that house, they have my sound booth that I built, which most home studios didn't have, and which put them ahead of the game a little bit. All they had to do was go buy their own equipment, well, he was ahead of the game already because he can sing and he can play keyboard. Like I said, the thing with the sound booth got real sad because I get a call one day and from one of the neighbors, and they was telling me that they have bad news for me. I'm like, what was going on? And they was like, can you hear all this noise in the background? I'm like, yeah, but like, what's all that noise? Apparently, they got hammers and completely busted the sound booth down to rubble. And this is the first sound booth I built with my hands. They took hammers and whatever else they could find and busted the sound booth just down to rubble. Which to me didn't make sense because that would have been a major game changer in him making music. Then after that, like I said, I ended up getting my computer, and I was trying to find my sound. Starting in 2002, January beginning of 2002, like
Talk to
January,
me,
maybe
baby girl,
February.
if you don't mind.
That's when I started really beginning to try to find my sound. Wow, that one kind of hurt. But it is what it is. Yeah, there was a lot of pain in that story. Those parts of the story. And we actually, me and my ex-wife, when we talked earlier this year, she actually apologized for busting the sun as well. And I did accept her apology. And there's no hard feelings. I mean, this was years ago. So God bless her, and as she moves forward in her life, and and even God, and may God bless old boy. I'm not, I don't know where he is. And, it is what it is. Me personally, I know God has blessed me, and He's going to keep blessing me. So, but as a reminder, fifth album coming out on December 26th. December 26th, fifth album, Gray in My Beard, is coming out. It's going to be on all streaming platforms, on Facebook, it's going to be on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as well. So if you want to add it to your stories, if you want to add it to your posts, please feel free to do so. But you will be able to find my fifth album along with all four of my other albums on all streaming platforms, on Pandora, on Spotify, on Apple Music. If anything you use to listen to music is there. So please go on there and check it out on whatever platform you're listening to this on. Please do me a favor, like, share, comment, show some love. Hit me up, and if you have any questions or just any comments, you just give some advice or whatever, holler at your boy. I'll holler back. You know what I mean? Let's chop it up, have a good time. And I don't mind talking about some of the stuff here on the show. As far as, and I'm going to be having I am still planning on having the listening party for the fifth album on December 26th. I'm still not 100% sure exactly how I'm going to do it, but as we get closer, I'm sure we're going to know. So, that being said, I thank you guys for your love and support. I really appreciate you. I really do. I love you.